Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk about astrology and for being there for me. Thank you for being there for yourself, giving me an opportunity. You guys are amazing. Today, we're going to talk about some chill astrology tips to help you to break yourself down, just to get that tip in. And if you don't like it, then just throw it away. All we're working on is a little part. The beginning, the first stage. But before I talk about this, I wanted to mention this quote that Eckhart Tolle said that I thought was really badass, and it goes on like this. You know how the Bible says the kingdom of heaven? Well, if Jesus was alive in our day and time, he would say the dimension of heaven. And he said that the kingdom of heaven in the Bible, it says that the kingdom of heaven is within. Well, the dimension of heaven, that's within. You go within to find your heaven. So I'm going to help you guys to go within to understand yourself. I'm giving you 3 takeaways. Then I'm going to go. I got some stuff to do today. Really excited. So that's period. That's what's going to happen. Thank you guys once again. And we're going to talk about, first off, is our first takeaway. So I'm gonna help you guys understand sun, moon, and rising better. Now, your rising sign is what people see when you come out to them as a person. You're like, hi, how's it going? My name is blah, 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 and I do blah, 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 and I like blah, blah, blah. And then you say it the next day, and the next day, all that shit. That's your rising sign. So as soon as you come out, hi, right? That's you. All you right there. That's what people see. What people see isn't necessarily who you are, is it? It's just what they see. So your rising is how people see you pop out. Who are you? Who are you? Right? That's your rising. That's it. That's it. And we're going to cut the semantics about the houses because that's not where we're at. Right now, we just want to get the tip. The chill tip of how to understand self. So first off, how people see you. Rising, straight up. My rising is in Gemini. I am talking about this way too much. I need to calm down and slow down and break down the rest of the stuff I'm talking about, right? Okay. Your moon is how you feel about the way other people see you. The way you're expressing yourself. How do you feel about that? I have a Leo moon. So when people look at me and they're like, oh wow, he talks a lot. Yeah, I'm prideful because I talk a lot about stuff that I care about. All these emotions connect to our moon energy. How do we go inwards and take everything that everyone sees about us and study it? How do we learn about who we are by looking at ourselves? How do we study the deep, dark recesses of our minds in the cold, dark caves of our thoughts to understand what our intentions are in our life? What leads us to understand ourselves? By going inwards. My moon is in Leo. Mine has to do with pride. And I express that pride effortlessly. But what's yours? Next but not last is our second takeaway of the day, which is learn your community. You're going to learn your community through your Mercury. Who do you communicate with? And why do you communicate with them? Personally, Libra, Mercury. I communicate with people to help them to understand their own relationship with themselves and with others. Mine's a little easier. The next one is how do you find out what your interests are? The reason why I said it was easier is because I have the same sign in my Venus. Because that's where you find out what you're interested in. My Venus is also in Libra. So I'm interested in relationships. And I'm interested in talking about relationships. How do you relate? How do you like to relate to people? How do you like to relate deep down? It's all the same to me. For some, it's not, which is cool. But for me, it is. So I like to relate in good ways, outwards and inwards. So Mercury and Venus, in a sense, are kind of like the sun and the moon. Because your Mercury is how you speak outwards, and your Venus is how you emotionally feel inwards. Out and right? Ebb and flow, yeah? It's dope, right? I know. Just like the sun and the moon, right? The sun expresses outwards, and the moon expresses inwards. It's the same thing. Next. Last but not least, our third takeaway. Learn your passion, right? And then you gotta learn how to grow your passion. How do you learn your passion? You check out your Mars in your chart. My Mars is in Aries. My passion is my life. Period. That's how Aries rolls. Right? Passion is number one. All people don't have that. And if you don't, probably makes zero sense to you that I said that. But that's the point in life. We're all special snowflakes, man. And the last thing you do is you learn how to grow your passion. How do you learn how to grow your passion? My Gemini Jupiter learns how to grow passion by communication. Communicate. I have to literally pull out my intestines and flash them out to you guys. Just show you guys all my intestines. Because that's how I grow. That's how I become me. That's how I become awesome. That's how I do. That's how I roll. Mars and Jupiter are like, look. So Jupiter's obviously inwards, right? Jupiter is how you grow outwards, like a tree. And Mars is expressing outwards. There's an ebb and flow to each astrology sign going down to Jupiter. And, well, you could include Saturn in there with Jupiter, because Saturn and Jupiter are really close friends, you know, right? Because they're both the furthest planets out. Saturn is work ethic. What is your work going to... Does your work... This is a cool question to ask. This is extra, but does your work and your growth line up? My work and my growth do. I have Saturn and Sagittarius, Gemini and Sagittarius. Those are actually opposites, I believe, yeah. And so they're together. And so Sagittarius expresses this passion, this passionate arrow. And Jupiter Gemini just lets it go. Just lets it go by talking so much, yeah. So Saturn is more inwards also. So what's your Saturn and Jupiter? Include both. Tell me what you think. Express, please. Let me facilitate your growth. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.